Ahoy there, people of the interwebs, and welcome to this week's edition of Transformer of the Week, where I'm going to be looking at this guy. This is Maketoys Striker Noir. Striker Noir is a Nemesis Prime. He's a Prime Nemesis. Now, when this Cross Dimensions Striker Manus came out, it was the original coloration of this figure. Came out as just Optimus Prime, as he does, you know, the red and the blues, and I couldn't gel with this being Optimus Prime. It's just the angles of the truck mode. There's something about it. For me, it just read evil. So I wasn't on board. I was like, that's not my Optimus Prime. That's not an Optimus Prime that I want. But I knew that as soon as they gave it an evil paint job, they made it an evil man, a Nemesis Prime, that is pretty much my jam for this mold. It's just, it's just a sci-fi, angular, just worry truck, isn't it? It'll just smash people and just imagine this just coming at you down the motorway. It's like something out of a movie. Like, this is what the evil robots think a truck looks like, but it doesn't. It's just too angular, and the window's not quite right, and just everything is just off about it in a very good way, you know. It's not like off bad, it's off good. It's just disconcerting. It looks malicious. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So I didn't as Optimus, but a Striker Noir as a Nemesis Prime. Awesome. So, as well, I wasn't really thrilled with the weapon choices that Striker Manus came with. But this guy, he comes with a whole lot. Let's just go up through some of them briefly. A sword, a gun that you can put blades onto. Everyone loves a gun you can put blades onto. Machine gun things that can separate and be two machine gun things or something. Or longer machine pistols. They're very thin, but you know, they're cool. An Optimus gun with some nice light piping inboard on that. More swords, just the metallic version. These not Energon ones. A stick that you can put other things into, like these swords, to make a glaive. Look at that! Oh, you know, that's cool. An adapter thing for the Megatron. Whatevs. Pistols. Oh, yes. So yeah, it has all this type of stuff. And you can kind of, you know, store some of it. There's like an adapter here that you can then somehow these plug in to the there we go. These bits plug into the things. Let's just get this at an angle. This I've got one here that hasn't got anything plugged into it, so it might be easier to just put that in there. So like so you can have that, and then you can, these are weapons that do have circles in. You can store these, kind of. It looks a bit silly. There's also found a bit you could peg in there at the front, so if you wanted to have a big stick coming off the front of the truck, you can do that. I mean, that's totally up to you. And it does come off. Come on, Noir. Such an edgelord. Yeah, But being a transformer, he does transform. So first of all, we'll just remove some of this other guff. See, these axes, I weren't really that impressed with these as weapons. It's like being attacked by lollipops, like sharp robot lollipops. This comes off this hood. So that's him in his kind of nakedity. What are you talking about, Richard? And that kind of, all this has bits that flip and bits that come out. And extend. And it's nice that it comes from part of the truck, but it still wasn't really impressed as that as a gun. You can get that as a gun, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's a transformer. He transforms. So there's this lovely black and red and silver, very simple colour scheme. And what we do now is we start to unpeg bits here. So these unpeg. This back of this truck separates. These are going to be his legs. It's an Optimus Prime, it's an Optimus transformation. So these flip up, the bits of the truck become the man, the legs, the back of the truck becomes the legs, and the top of the truck becomes the man. So we have legs. So this cross dimension line, to me, this is what I love about third party toys, is when they go, no, you know what, we're going to actually design things with our own. We're going to let our designers have some fun, our engineers have some fun, and do a take on these characters, but not a traditional one. We're going to do a little bit different. We're going to be able to just say, yeah, it's going to look obviously like it's an Optimus Prime or a Nemesis Prime, but just have yourself fun and make an awesome action figure first and foremost, and then from that you just get this cool dude who we'll get to once he's transformed. So yeah, we can see he is taking shape. These kind of do stuff. I quite like how these wheels tuck in, become kind of his ribs, as it were, Prime's ribs, as it were. Boop, boop. Head reveal. And now his hands. And there we have him. Nemesis Prime. And all that So he's gone from all that, you know, the black and the reds and the silvers to then get all this Nemesis teal has appeared, which is, you know, lovely. Again, the head sculpt, there's something quite angular about that. The double ears and stuff that's just not quite Prime. But as a Nemesis, yeah, he works. And he's got some weird, like, leg proportions. His legs are massive compared to the rest of his body. But, you know, he's a robot. A robotic life form, as it was. He doesn't need to be human proportions. He can have odd proportions, and that is completely fine. As you can see, he's got a decent waist ab crunch there. A swivel. His arms are ridiculously posable with double out, you know. It gives the illusion of a double elbow joint, but it gives you, you know, you don't really want much more than that anyway. Some nice, you know, wrist swivels. It's got a palm and a finger joints. Again, it's the legs are all the ball joints and ratchets and mushroom pegs, and so they all, I think these flipping actually. Got big, powerful, double jointed knees, nice load of just ball hinges and swivels at the foot. So yeah, you can get out some ace pose effort out of him. And so we've got all these weapons, which I showed you. But my favourite is pretty much this lightsaber thing. It's not, yeah, very reminiscent of the sword that Megatron uses in Transformers, the movie, and also of lightsabers from Star Wars. So yeah, that's pretty. I love that. It's massive as well. It's got really just. Whew, it's a lot of fun, and the pistols. I like the pistols. Again, you can store things on here if you want to give them the illusion of get these lollipop axe things, and these can peg on here. Now these guns can also peg on there if you want to start getting ridiculous. That mounting unit now that can plug onto his back here, so we can get all this stuff going on, should you wish. So yeah, you can really kind of just load him up with weapon kibble. But yeah, it's just incredible. And like I say, this is the area I really like third party getting into, is this realm of having their own fun, doing their own thing. Yeah, they're still using, you know, the characters from the Transformers, and that's, you know, kind of what we like. We like new interpretations of these characters, and that is just an absolutely magnificent Nemesis Prime, and really well built, well engineered, highly posable. Feels good in the hand. It's quite fun to play around with, especially just so many options of just weapons. They have their own little story system of these grooves that slot into the palm of the hand. I kind of wish they'd just been 5mm port weapons, peg and port weapons, so then you could have just used them across all your Transformers, you know. from G1 to Classics to Armada to whatever, you know, Transformers that have 5mm port hands. So I can understand why they're doing the wrong thing, because it is a very secure way of, you know, fastening. It's a good design choice, but I think for me, in the broader picture of things, I'd have liked me some 5mm weapons. But this is Nemesis Prime. I'm Bisto Yeti. He's my Transformer of the Week. What's your Transformer of the Week? Who do you want to see in Maketoys' Cross Dimensions line? Obviously, I want more Dinobots. That's just the way I am. And some monsters. I'd like to see what they do for monster kind of creature feature things in Cross Dimensions. Maybe they're like the Pretender monsters. That'd be, you know, or just any of the Decepticon Pretenders. Just to see what they could come up with when they're not shackled with trying to make it as G1 as possible and just doing their own thing. Transformer of the Week. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Maybe you could be my 400th subscriber. I don't know. We're close. Until then, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, here comes the Bisto Fisto.